Alright, for this lesson we're going to work on finding the slope of lines and then comparing lines and seeing if we can find a pattern. So we're going to need a couple things. We're going to need a red colored pencil, a brown colored pencil, and a green colored pencil, and then you're also going to need a ruler. So it says, graph the points and use a ruler to draw the lines that pass through them. Use the designated color to draw each line. So for red, you're going to plot that point -3, 2. So I'm going to go to my graph, go over to -3, 1, 2, 3, and up to 2, 1, 2. Put a dot there. The other point is 0, 4. So 0 is in the center, and then I'm going to count up 4. And I'm going to draw a line between those 2 points. Use your ruler, please. Put little arrows at the end of it. Okay, there's my red line. Then I'm going to use brown to plot those points. So I've got -5, -1. And then 5, -5. I'm going to draw a line between these 2 points. Alright, and the last one is in green. 1, 1. And 2, -2. Alright, so we have our 3 lines. Notice they've also given us some lines. They gave us line A, which is this line here, and those are the points that are listed. Line B is this one down here, and then line C is right here. Alright, so taking a look at the other sheet, the pink sheet, it tells you the equation of line A is y equals -2/5 x plus 1. Remember, that's in the slope-intercept form. So it's in y equals mx plus b. This is your slope, so that tells you how you're changing between point to point. And this is your y-intercept. So if I look at line A, here's line A. The intercept is +1, so it's at 0, 1. And then the slope is that you go down 2 and over 5 to get between the points. The equation for line B is y equals 2/3 x minus 2. So if you look at line B, it's at -2 for the y-intercept, and then the slope is 2 over 3. So if I go up 2 over 3, I can hit other points on that line. And then the last one, the equation of line C, is -3x minus 2. So again, I'm at -2 for the y-intercept, and I'm going down 3 over 1. And that's where the slope is coming from for those lines. So use the points given to write the equation of each line in slope-intercept form. So let's do the red line. Doing the slope, I like doing the slope triangles. I'm going to do dotted lines. So to get from this point to this point, I have to go up 2 and over 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3. So I can write down my equation, y equals 2/3 x. And the y-intercept here, where it crosses the y-axis, is up 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 4. Let's take a look at the brown line. Here's my points. So I'm going to I see it's crossing right here on the y-intercept, so I'm going to put a dot there. And let's see what the distance is from here to there. So I'm going to do my dotted line. I'm going to go over. I'm going down 2, when you go down it's negative, and then going over it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So my equation for that one is y equals -2/5 x, and then the y-intercept down here is at -3. Okay, let's find the equation of the green line. So you look at the green line. The slope from the 2 points that we plotted. It's going down 3 and then over 1. And then this graph is going through right there for the y-intercept. So my equation, y equals negative 3 over 1x, and then let's look at the y-intercept, up 4. Now I'm going to simplify that to equal y equals negative 3x plus 4. Okay, so the question asks, use your graph to help answer the following questions. Which colored line is parallel to line A? So looking at my graph, here's line A. Remember, parallel means that they don't intersect. So the colored line that's parallel to line A is line B, because these two right here are not intersecting. Line A and the brown line, colored the brown color. So brown. What are the two equations of these lines? Well, the brown line's equation is y equals negative 2/5 x minus 3. And the line A is y equals negative 2/5 x plus 1. Okay. Next question. Which colored line is parallel to line B? Line B is this one here. So the line that's parallel is the red line, because these two lines don't intersect. So we can write red. And what are the equations? For line B, the equation is y equals 2/3 x minus 2. And for the red line, it's y equals 2/3 x plus 4. And then for line, which line is parallel to C? Well, I'm pretty sure it's the green line. That's the only one that's left. Let's make sure. Here's C, and then here's the green line. And those are parallel. They don't intersect. What are the equations of these two lines? Well, my equation for line C is y equals negative 3x minus 2. I'm just taking that right from the top. And the equation of the other line that we created for the green line was y equals negative 3x plus 4. So I think I see a pattern here. And let's answer these questions using that pattern. This is on the back side. So it says, use the equations of each pair of parallel lines to answer the following questions. What do you notice about the slopes in each pair of equations? So if I compare the slopes in each pair of equations, the slopes are the same. What do you notice about the y-intercept? So the y-intercept is the number without the x. That's different. So what general statement can you make about the equations of parallel lines in relations to y equals mx plus b? So we can say if two lines have the same slope and different y-intercepts, then they are parallel. So if we look, it says answer the questions using your knowledge you just gained from our investigation. So we learned that for lines to be parallel, they have to have the same slope and a different y-intercept. So let's take a look. Are y equals 3x plus 7 and y equals 3x minus 8 parallel to each other? So I take a look at the y-intercepts. It's both 3. So that's good. That needs to be the same. And the y-intercept is different. So yes, these are parallel. Are y equals 2/3 x minus 2 and y equals 3/2 x minus plus 1 parallel? So looking at this one, this slope is different than that slope. So that's a no. They have different slopes. So right away you can tell they're not parallel. So it says name 3 lines that are parallel to y equals 2x minus 3. So I'm just going to start listing The one part of the equation that has to be true is it has to have the same slope. So I know the slope has to be the same. All I have to do is come up with a different number, so I can make up any number. So plus 5, minus 6, plus 8. All of these equations are parallel to this equation because they have the same slope and a different y-intercept. Notice I couldn't say y equals 2x minus 3 because that's the same line. A line is not parallel to itself. And then last, name 3 lines that are not parallel to y equals 5x minus 2. So for these ones, all I'm doing is coming up with a slope that's different than 5. So it could be 4x plus 1, negative 3x minus 2, and I'll even use the answer from above, 2x minus 3. All of these are not parallel because they do not have the same slope. Once you finish with this, let's try some practice problems. Grab those from Mr. D.